So you're probably wondering right now, what in the heck is this contraption? That's the same thing I thought earlier with my locksmithing co-worker after he had cleaned his shop out and come across this thing. Manufactured or branded as SanAngelo. Well, it's to secure and lock up a tree stand for people that hunt and want to set up in the tree all day and hope that an animal walks by so they can shoot it. Anyhow, it's got what appears to be a filing cabinet or a desk drawer lock in there, and that's what it comes with. It comes with some other hardware, but this is nothing but it's got 5 wafers in it. It's a wafer tumbler, and anyone that knows just a little bit about locks knows that wafer tumblers are, well, basically crap. The majority of them are. Not all of them, but stuff like this is. And I looked it up using Google and seen how much it was. It's branded as a anti-theft device for tree stands, and I think the lowest price I found was like $12 plus shipping. I'll just go ahead and say this is $16 worth of security, regardless of what I've done with this. We'll get to that later. But I'm going to use this old trusty paperclip rake that I made a long time ago that's worked wonders on wafer locks and, cheaper crappy stuff. Just gotta get the tension right. There it is. So, well, of course I couldn't reach back there, but tension wrench does it for me. So now, if there wasn't a secondary means to secure the tree stand, a potential thief would have access to it. Go ahead and lock that back up. And then move on to a second point here. Most people that think the way of, I'm not going to spend that much to secure this item, someone's not going to be able to get that unlocked, yada yada this and that. Well, a toddler more than likely could get that lock picked open. And somebody could easily drill it. Anyhow, those people have the same mentality of, if there is a second means to secure this, and I'm just guessing here, that this slot is for a hasp to come up through. It may not be. I don't know. It may be for the other hardware that goes to it. But if it is, then I would think a person would go, well, I'm not going to spend much more money. I've already spent $200 something on a tree stand, and I've got a $16 lock up there. Nobody's getting it, and I'll just go by Dollar General and get me a set of padlocks. They're cheap, and the bad thing about it though is that these padlocks have such crappy tolerances. Yeah, and I know you're not supposed to use top of the keyway when you rake, but that you can get them open with the same method. going to put up a little bit more of a fight than the wafer lock, I would think, being a pin tumbler, and it might not, but we'll see. Alright, that's open. I mean, that's just crap. Pure crap. This is crap. I'm not knocking the company, but I done some more research into other ways of securing tree stands, and what I come to find out would probably be your best option is heavy duty chain. Get you some thick bolts and nuts, washers, and that way if a thief had bolt cutters, even if they cut a link or, you know, such as that, there'd be more to have to go through if you wrapped the chain around twice and used bolts and washer and a nut to secure them. And then a good padlock. Preferably nothing made by master. Something, if you have the money, that is shrouded, and instead of using locking pawls, ball bearings would be the main locking mechanism that holds the shackle. Because these things, and I've seen other more expensive padlocks, that you can literally take a Coke can, and if you know what you're doing, you can make shims. You don't even have to pick these. You take a Coke can, cut two pieces out in the right shape, and you can bypass the shackle. The shackle will just pop right out. And you pull on it after you put the shims down in there. But that would be my suggestion to the hunters this season, is use a heavy duty chain. Get something with a shroud around the shackle that has internal ball bearings as the lock mechanism. American Lock makes good products still. They make shrouded locks. Another brand I just thought of is Wilson Bohannon has now got a line of shrouded padlocks, which you're going to pay probably 45, 50 bucks for one of those. But as far as value for the money, the Wilson Bohannon's, American Locks, there's Abus is another one made by Asa Abloy Corporation. All of those can be found on Amazon, the internet, relatively cheap investment to protect your tree stand if it's one of the more expensive ones. I would assume, though, that whatever this would secure is not going to be an expensive tree stand. It's going to be something in the $100 range. But still, I would at least spend, you know, 30 bucks to protect $100. I wouldn't spend no $16 to protect 100 bucks. Look at it as percentage and what you'd be losing. Alright, I appreciate it if you did watch this far. And you like any of the content, I think there's 50 other videos on the channel. Feel free to subscribe or just browse through them, and if anything piques your interest, go ahead and watch it.